So let's get started. So I would just like to acknowledge that the main office of Green Teacher is located on the traditional territory of the Anishinaabe, Huron-Wendat, Haudenosaunee, and Mississauga peoples. This territory is covered by the Williams Treaty. You can find out more about the traditional peoples from where you are located at nativeland.ca. As I mentioned, I represent Green Teacher. Our mission is to enhance environmental literacy among learners in all educational contexts, and we do this by equipping environmental educators from various contexts with the tools and resources that they need. And our vision is that each successive generation of young learners is more environmentally literate than the last. How do we achieve this? Primarily through our nonprofit magazine. It's a subscriber-based digital magazine. It comes out 4 times a year. Our latest issue was just published last week at the end of March, and our next issue will come out at the end of June. So we publish about a week after every season change each year. We also have published over the past decade and a half various books. I should mention all proceeds go back into the nonprofit to further our mission and vision. Our most recent books are Teaching Kids About Climate Change and Teaching Teens About Climate Change. This is obviously a top-of-mind topic in all forms of education, all forms of life, really. And our 2 workbooks have ready-to-use activities for teachers who are on time and budget constrained or on time and finances restrained budgets. So let me know if you're interested in these books. And again, all proceeds go back into the nonprofit. Last summer, we launched a podcast and we thought, oh no, not another podcast, but it's been going very well. And just this past week, we hit the 6th continent. We are still waiting for the penguins in Antarctica to listen to the podcast, but otherwise we have been represented by all 6 other continents and over 40 countries. So check it out wherever you get your podcasts, Apple, Spotify, Google, etc. Talking with Green Teachers, we release 2 episodes per month, and we are releasing extra episodes this April for Earth Month. You probably heard about this webinar through one of our partners, perhaps in Canada. We have multiple webinar partners across Canada in almost all provinces and territories that spread the word about upcoming webinars that we are presenting. We also have multiple webinar partners throughout the United States. And again, you may well have heard about this webinar through a listserv or social media channel from one of these partners. So a big thank you to all of our partners across Canada and the United States for spreading the word. We're all in the nonprofit sector. We're all trying to do very similar things. We're working together. It's a cooperative, and we like to pat each other's back. So thank you to all of our partners for their support. I mentioned that we have 5 webinars this month for Earth Month. So this is the first. Our second one is fast on the heels. It is tomorrow at 7 o'clock p.m. Eastern Time, 4 p.m. Pacific. It is Candid Conversations, Untangling the Complexity of Inclusion. That is a follow-up to a webinar that we did with our presenter, Karen Lai, back in February, and her focus will be on diversity, equity, and in particular, inclusion in outdoor settings and outdoor education. During Earth Week, the day before Earth Day, we have a film discussion about the film Shadow of Gold, which is a documentary about global mining issues, and the film will be free to view for 3 days in advance of that webinar. Our special daytime webinar on Earth Day itself is an interactive puppet show. So this one is mainly for kids, but all ages are welcome. If you are young at heart and like Muppet-style puppets who are interested in finding a big purple whale on the high seas. So there is various types of environmental messaging embedded in the story. It's lots of fun. It's highly interactive. And we will be releasing an interview that I made with not only the puppeteer, but some of the characters as well. That will be coming out very soon. Keep an eye on that. We will also have that interview on our podcast within the next week. And then we end Earth Month with our final of the 5 webinars on April 28th about weaving sustainability, particularly the UN Sustainable Development Goals, into your teaching. You can find out about these webinars on greenteacher.com/webinars. As I mentioned, the next webinar is tomorrow, and you can register. All of these are free, greenteacher.com/webinars. It is my pleasure to introduce our 4 panelists. And all of our panelists, in fact, have brought friends along with them. Some human and some otherwise, but I won't give any more away just yet. So our first panelist is Antonia Andújar Miñaro. She holds a master's in European Union law from RIEE in Spain. She has spent 14 years on environmental law related to climate change, soil protection, waste management, and air quality. Today she works, there goes my microphone. Today she works at the Secretariat of the Commission for Environmental Cooperation, CEC, in charge of CEC project on the modernization of the data exchange system for hazardous waste transfers and of CEC project on food loss and waste. Also joining her is Armando Yáñez Sandoval. He holds a bachelor's degree in economics from the Instituto Tecnológico Autónomo de México, pardon my poor pronunciation, and a master's degree in environmental health from Harvard School of Public Health. He has over 25 years of experience with the formulation, analysis, and application of public and environmental policies on issues related to environmental economics, sustainable development, environmental information and indicators, project development, and cooperation and negotiation on an international scale. Also along with us is Georgina O'Farrell. She is the Outreach and Partnerships Officer for CEC. She oversees all opportunities for outreach and partnerships, including this one that we are enjoying between Green Teacher and CEC. She believes that cooperation is the key to finding solutions to environmental challenges and is passionate about sharing CEC work with younger generations. That's a guiding principle that we all certainly follow. And last but not least, also joining us on today's panel is Megan Ainscow. She was the head of communications at the CEC for over 8 years and led the efforts to increase the organization's visibility and public profile in North America and internationally. Working on the #ShrinkFoodWaste campaign is one of the highlights of her career with the CEC, and she is excited to share this resource with educators. So welcome to all of our panelists. Thank you to the CEC for their partnership. They also wrote a fantastic article in our winter issue of Green Teacher, which went live in December. I will now pass the virtual baton over to Antonia as I will unshare my screen. So take it away, Antonia.
Thank you very much, Ian. I will share my screen now. So the CEC is based in Montreal. We're in Montreal, and we already have 26 years old, I would say. And it was established in 1994 as part of the Environmental Cooperation Agreement of North America, NAEC, as part of the NAFTA. You may remember the NAFTA. And it's an effective instrument to facilitate the cooperation between the 3 countries, Mexico, Canada, and the United States. It's a facilitator for the creation of networks, and it's the creator of a large collection of tools aimed at supporting our communities and governments. So it's really the forum for the 3 countries to work together and ensure the protection of our common environment. And the last developments are that as of 2020, you know that the NAFTA was replaced by a new agreement, which is called, depending on the country you are in, it's CUSMA, TMEC, or USMCA. And the Commission and all our work is covered within the Environmental Cooperation Agreement, the ECA. So this is a brief overview of our work on food loss and waste. We've been working on this issue for 5 years, and the reason is because the 3 countries have given priority to this issue. And that's very, very good news, because it means that it aligns with society's concerns. And we've tried over these 5 years under different work programs, different projects, to develop smooth, I would say, and consistent tools and research work. So first of all, we try to understand this issue, try to understand the causes and the scope of the problem in the 3 countries, and identify some solutions. Then we developed tools and resources, and finally, we tested, improved, and promoted the use of these resources. And that's why we launched the campaign I mentioned before, Let's Drink Food Waste Mountain. We'll see it later. And the main goal is building partnerships, working together, and empowering communities. So in this scope, the first publications we carried out were these two ones, a foundational report on food loss and waste, where we gather data, we gather research, we talked to different experts from the 3 countries and also government representatives, of course. And we came up with some figures and conclusions which help to understand the scope of the problem. And we have also white papers and case studies. The main focus here is, as I said, understand the problem and to see, for example, the importance of measuring food loss and waste before undertaking measures to prevent and reduce it. Main conclusions. We learned very, very shocking things like this one. We are losing or throwing away 168 million tons every year in North America, in the 3 countries. It's a huge amount. When we break down these figures, we find that per person, per year, in Canada, we are losing or wasting food at this level. So 96 kilograms per person per year. Mexico is 249, and in the US is 415. They're really high figures. Here we have by sector, the food supply chain, pre-harvest, post-harvest, processing, distribution, retail, and food service. So here you find restaurants, caterings, etc., and grocers, and consumers. So we play a big, big role in preventing and reducing food loss and waste. So we are part of the problem, but we can also be part of the solution. And even doing little things at home or at school or at our communities. How we can translate these 168 million tons of food lost or wasted? Let's see. It's the equivalent of throwing away billions of US dollars that could have fed millions of people. And we don't only waste money or food, we waste much more than that. For example, we would be wasting every year the equivalent to filling 7 million Olympic-sized swimming pools. The equivalent of using 39 million cubic meters of landfill space, which is the equivalent to 13 football stadiums. It's really shocking. We are also throwing to the atmosphere 193 million tons of greenhouse gases. It's the same as driving 41 million cars continuously for a whole year. We're using enough energy to power 274 million homes. Only in the United States, we are losing 32 million hectares of wildlife habitat to farmland to grow food that is never eaten. And we're also wasting lots of money in landfill tipping fees. So this is just to show you that when we throw away food or when we allow food being lost in our fridge or at the grocery or at the processing industry, we're throwing away all these resources. So which are the next steps? As I said before, developing tools and resources. This is specifically on the measurement component, and then testing, improving, and promote its use. I have put here the website where you can find more information about the measurement component. This is our website. a snapshot of our website. And the tools we developed was mainly a practical guide on why and how to measure food loss and waste, and some case studies, and a technical report accompanying the practical guide. And now, most recently, we've tested this guide with several stakeholders for all across the food supply chain, and we have introduced some modifications to the original guide, more practical ones, I would say more friendly modifications, so that version 2.10, it's already available on our website. And we have carried out 8 case studies with different companies and NGOs in Mexico, Canada, and the States that are also on our website, and some other tools that are very useful for the different actors in the food supply chain. But I will not go into detail because the main goal today is education. And here we go. We developed the Food Matters Action Kit. This is the cover. We have Avi the avocado here, and I have him here with me as well. And this is a fantastic tool for educators. It's available on our website. It's in the 3 languages because we work in the 3 languages. And it's really a tool to be used for different ages. I will explain you why. Because it's divided in 2 parts. Part 1, it covers activities for kids between 5 and 13 years old, and part 2, from 14 to 25 years old. You have 10 activities in each size, each part, and they are mirrored. They are the same activities, but adapted to the different ages. They go from 30 minutes to multi-week projects. It depends on the activity. We'll see it later on. They are impact-oriented, and there's a challenge and recognition system, which is very, very cute. You will see in a few minutes. So how the activities are presented. There's a brief lesson every time, sort of explanation that helps the educator to better understand and give some content to the explanation to the kids. There's the estimated time that it will take to carry out the activity, what you will need, how make it happen, so the steps to follow. And there's another section, want to do more, because sometimes kids are really motivated, or the educator think that they could do more, and the opportunity is given. And then you can claim points. Why? You will see it later. So this is an example. This is really at the beginning of the guide. You see here exactly what I was explaining before, these shocking figures, but in a way, in a relatable way, so that you can explain to children in a friendly way and easily. These are some examples. I picked this up from the kit because these activities will be featured by our young collaborators later on. One of them, for example, is Garbology 100. You see here, the time is indicated, so it takes 1-2 hours. How to claim your points, how many points you get if you carry out this activity. This one is Food Innovators. It's activity 6 in the guide. You will need, here you see what you need to carry out the activity. And for example, this other one, Food Sharing, which is activity number 7. Here you have the explanation I mentioned about. It is the introduction to the activity. So some background information that might be very, very useful for you to introduce the activity to the kids. And the equivalent for youth, for example, would be Garbology 210. And with regard to Food Innovators, it's the same, but really adapted to all the kids. So you have the same structure. What you need, how to claim your points, how to claim here, and want to do more. And here you have further steps to move forward. And at the end of the kit, you have this activity guide So you have some indications here, for example, the age range. For example, this is for all ages, or more for kids, or more for teenagers. Sorry. And I will get back here. This is our friend here. And then the badges that you will be getting when you will be carrying the activities. And something which is very nice because it's interactive and it allows you to perhaps further motivate the kids is that you can register to our website. It's an interactive platform, and you can upload your photographs, the activities you are carrying out, and then you can get the badges. I was mentioning before, that's the way you are redeeming your points when you are accumulating them. And the most important badge is the food waste hero. So we see them here. You have grower chef, systems thinker, food innovator, food rescue, and influencer badges. And if you get all of them, you get the food waste hero badge. And finally, as I said before, for the measurement component, we tested, improved, and promoted the use. And but for that, we launched the campaign, Let's Drink Food Waste Mountain. You see here how we try to draw attention from the public, from society, on this huge food waste mountain in Montreal, in Merida, Mexico, and in the Olympic Peninsula, USA. We took these pilot areas, pilot cities, chosen by our steering committee, and we try to deploy a huge campaign on social media and also through our website with the videos that will really raise awareness, not only amongst adults and educators, but even amongst the young adults, even amongst teenagers. Here you have in the 3 languages the names of the 3 videos. They are linked to the activities, to 3 activities in the Food Matters Action Kit. First one is Let's Drink Food Waste Mountain. This video will watch it now. The second one is Tale of the Forgotten Food. And the third one is Day of the Ugly Food. So you will see the upcoming videos after the CEC video you will watch now, why this is relevant, because you will realize about that. So we'll watch now the video.
Picture it, a whole mountain of wasted food. That's huge. Food waste is what happens in our homes and in stores, restaurants, schools, and communities when we throw out food that could otherwise have been eaten. In North America, 168 million tons of food is lost or wasted every year. That's as big as a mountain, and it's really bad for the earth. When we waste food, we also waste all of the resources that went into growing, transporting, selling, and preparing it. That means we waste valuable farmland, 7 million Olympic swimming pools worth of water, and enough energy to power 274 million homes. Although some is composted, we send the equivalent of 13 football stadiums worth of food waste to landfills each year. Food waste that goes to landfills creates methane, a powerful greenhouse gas that contributes to climate change. Everyone has a role to play in reducing food waste. You can help shrink Food Waste Mountain by wasting less food in your own home. If lots of people do it, it'll make a big difference. A good way to start is to figure out how much food your family already wastes each year. It's called a food waste audit, and all it takes is a container, plus a scale is handy if you have one. Let's measure the size of your family's food waste mountain. Ready? Step 1. Get an empty container and weigh it or note its size. Write down the weight or the size. Step 2. For one whole day, put all your family's food waste in the container. That includes anything that would normally be thrown in the garbage or the organics bin. Step 3. At the end of the day, right before you go to bed, weigh the container of food waste if you have a scale, or measure how much food waste is in the container. Step 4. Subtract the weight of the empty container from the weight of the full container. That will give you the weight of your daily food waste. If you don't have a scale, measure how much of your container is filled. Write your number down. Step 5. Multiply the weight or volume of your family's daily food waste by 365. There you have it. That's a rough estimate of how much food waste your family currently produces in a year. The size of your family's mini food waste mountain. Pretty surprising, huh? So, what actions can your family take to shrink food waste mountain? Easy. Make a grocery list and stick to it. Store your food properly to avoid spoilage. Make sure your plate is empty at the end of meals. Save leftovers so they can be eaten later, or share them with a friend. You can repeat the family food waste audit every now and then to see how your family's actions are making a difference. To keep shrinking the food waste mountain, watch the other videos in this series. And don't forget to download the Food Matters Action Kit to learn more about food waste and earn badges. Let's all shrink food waste mountain together. Save food, save the planet.
So we'll move on to the final part of the presentation. There's nothing much more to say. Just to insist why this Food Matters Action Kit is important, or is worth it to read and to use, because it's relevant. It's about how we can undertake reduction and prevention at home, at school, how we can inspire young people. It's fun. It's cute. Once you will have a look at it, it's really friendly and nice and fun. And it's free as well. You can access, as I said before, on our website. And our little friends are waiting for you to read about what they can do. And we thank you for your attention. Here you will find our email addresses in case you have any question after the webinar, you would like to contact us for anything. So thank you very much for your attention. And now, as Ian said, we have very nice people with us. Over to you.
Thank you. Hi, everyone.
Hi.
Can you say hi? So this is Maurice and Josephine, and we're about to show you what we did to learn about, what did we learn about?
Ugly food.
Ugly food, yeah. So enjoy.
Hi, my name's Megan. I'm here with Maurice and Josephine, who are twins. How old are you guys?
5.
Yeah, and we're looking at the Food Matters Action Kit today. We're going to do an activity together to learn about food and why it matters, right guys?
Yeah.
Okay. So let's dig in. Today we're going to do ugly food heroes. Okay guys, do you know what ugly food is?
Yeah.
Do you?
Yeah.
It's kind of something like this, right? Like, does that look like a normal potato that you would see?
No.
No, it's a little weird, right?
Yeah, kind of like a snowman.
Kind of like a snowman. What do you think, Josie?
Yeah, I think.
Yeah, yeah. And then what about this carrot? Or it's a turnip, actually. What do you think of that? It makes you, what do you think, Mel? No? Okay, so that's why we're going to learn about this, okay, guys? So you know it takes a lot of water and energy and effort to grow our food. And so a lot of the food that looks like this ends up in the garbage. People throw it in the garbage because it looks funny. But that wastes a lot of stuff, right? You have to do all this effort to grow it, and then you throw it in the garbage. But it's perfectly good to eat, right? Like, do you think if we put that potato in a soup or made it into a French fry, it would still taste good?
Yeah.
Yeah, probably, right? And the same thing for the turnip, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, so we're going to do the Ugly Food Heroes activité together. And by doing that, we're going to make ugly food our heroes. We're going to make an ugly food hero. Do you guys know what heroes are? Like Superwoman or Mighty Pups?
Yeah.
We're going to make an ugly food superhero. You guys are going to draw one. Do you want to do that?
Yeah.
Okay, let's do it.
I'm gonna draw the arm.
Okay, Josie, and then draw the eyes. You have to draw a superhero now. You need a cape and some eyes. What do you guys think we're gonna do with these potatoes and turnips?
They may not want to get eaten. They may just want to have their life.
Yeah, they want to have their life. Yeah.
Not by not getting eaten, but crunched.
So Maurice, what is your food waste superhero called?
Maurice turnip.
Maurice Turnip. And Josie, what's your food waste superhero called?
Josephine potato.
Josephine Potato. Fantastic. Okay, guys, and what do we need to tell everybody?
Don't waste food. Don't waste food.
Okay, guys, thank you very much. Very, very nice. Would you like to explain to us anything else about this ugly food and the drawings you made with Mom?
Do you guys want to tell anyone anything else about it? Was it fun?
Yeah.
Did you learn something?
Yeah.
What did you learn?
Don't waste food.
Yeah, exactly.
Bravo! Thank you very much, guys. Okay, so now we'll move on to Georgina, Camila, and Valeria, and they will explain to us how to make nice, sweet things from food that could have been wasted, but it wasn't wasted because Camila and Valeria did something very nice with it. So over to you, ladies.
Thank you, Antonia. And very nice, to be here. And hopefully this is going to be a very kind of, insightful presentation for everyone. So my name is Georgina, and I'm here with
Camila and Valeria.
and Valeria. And we had fun doing the Food Innovators activity. It was very nice to go to the fridge and see what was in there. So do you want to share anything before we share the video with them? Was it fun?
Yeah.
Okay, so we'll see the video and then we'll give you more information about it.
Thank you very much, lady. Just a small explanation. Valeria and Camila were very nice, very kind, because they did the video in French, because we didn't want to forget our French-speaking participants. So just for those who don't speak French, do not worry. I think Camila and Valeria explains everything very well. You will see in the images what to do, what steps to take to do these fantastic sweet things. And Georgina, anyways, will explain to us afterwards how we can make this. So I will share this video. Here we go.
Est-ce qu'on pourrait faire une des activités de la trousse d'action anti-gaspillage?
Oui, bien sûr.
Oui. Est-ce que tu veux choisir? Oui. Je veux l'activité 6. Bon choix! L'activité des innovateurs alimentaires. Tu sais, c'est très intéressant cette activité, je l'ai déjà lue et c'est très amusant aussi. Ce sont des sucettes glacées anti-gaspi. La durée est de 30 minutes de préparation. Tu dois juste prendre la nourriture qu'on n'a pas encore mangée ou celle qu'on ne veut pas gaspiller et pour faire les sucettes glacées. Mais moi, j'ai trouvé des pots que, au lieu de les petits bâtons de sucettes, il y a comme du plastique. Et comme ça gaspille pas. Et au lieu de les jeter, on les garde et on les lave. La prochaine étape, maman, c'est de peser tes ingrédients avant de les transformer pour voir quelle quantité de gaspillage on aura évité.
Cool.
Oh mon Dieu, ça pèse beaucoup. Ça pèse 229. C'est beaucoup ça. Le miel est presque fini. On pourrait l'utiliser. Ouais, c'est une bonne idée. Ben, moi, je vais mettre tous les ingrédients. Et le jus à la fin. Oh mon Dieu, il y en a beaucoup. Ok. Ok. Tu veux mettre le miel? Oui. Un petit peu de jus. Youpi, on va aider à réduire le gaspillage des aliments. C'est super bon! J'ai vraiment aimé être un innovateur alimentaire. Oui, j'aime pas gaspiller. Et maintenant, c'est le temps de vérifier les CEC glacés anti-gaspi. Oui, oui, ils sont prêtes. Wow, c'est super bon. Et pensez qu'on allait tout jeter ça à la poubelle. Pas de gaspillage! No waste food!
Bravo, ladies. Muy bien, muy bien. ¿Queréis contarnos algo más? Would you like to tell us something else?
Yeah, sure, Antonia. So I'm just gonna go, it's kind of self-explanatory, this video, but we just went to look in the fridge to see what we had there. We had some kind of, old spinach, and then we had kind of fruit. We found out that then we have a little bit of honey left. So we decided to first weigh everything just to try to get an idea of how much food we were not gonna waste. And then we put everything in the blender. We added, Valeria added a little bit of orange juice. And then we found out that those popsicles, even though they had spinach and even though they had some veggies and fruits in there, they tasted amazing. So it was a very nice activity. I think everybody can do this. And you can do this every single week in your fridge on a Sunday. Open the fridge and then put everything in the blender. And then you have some very nice popsicles. Camila, do you want to share anything else? Well, I think that was it. And I think, we had fun, and definitely it's an activity that, even teachers can do, with their classes, leftovers from lunch. That could be a nice activity too. Thank you, Antonia.
Thank you very much, Georgina. Thank you very much, ladies. That was a very, very nice activity as well. We've learned a lot from you guys, as well from Josephine and Maurice. Good, thank you. And now let's see what the final committed food waste hero can tell us. Please, Armando, over to you.
Thank you, Antonia. Thank you, everybody. We're really, really happy for this opportunity. Green teacher inviting us to be with you guys and share this work that we are very happy to be able to share it. Unfortunately, my little colleague couldn't join us now because he's as we speak he's learning French. He's in his French lesson, but we'll show you the video. He's 13 years old, so it's a little bit older than the other colleagues here. But the idea was to show different ages and what doing the kit activity meant for them. So please run the video, Antonia. Thank you so much.
Everybody, my name is Armando Yanez. I am the head of the Green Growth Unit at CEC, and I'm very happy to be here with you and together with my partner in crime, Mr. Matias Yanez.
Hello.
And today we're gonna try an amazing feat, something that has never been tried before, at least not on TV, on live TV. And what is that, Matias?
We're going to combine various activities from this amazing food kit.
Are we ready?
Yes, we are. Garbology 101, food waste of it.
So remember the video we saw earlier in the webinar showing the steps to calculate your food loss and waste mountain at your home. So we did that here with our safety equipment on and with the help of this scale, and Matias is going to tell you the amazing results we got.
So our daily food waste mountain is of half a kilo. This equals to 200 kilos a year. This equals to the weight of 2 baby elephants.
Holy macaroni, 2 baby elephants.
Yep.
So now we know the size of our food loss and waste mountain, and we want to do something about it. So we're going to do activity number 4, and we're becoming food waste detectives. So Matias, we already did this to save some time, already went throughout the whole house looking for food that is about to expire and that we need to eat right now. Matias, what did you find out?
So I found this oatmeal, which is, about to expire. Perfect. We also found this banana, which is absolutely not fresh.
So we did activity number 7 about food sharing traditions. trying to find out some traditions around food where we could give good use to this food. So what did we do, Matthias?
So, my dad suggested to look it up on Google. We all know that won't work. So, I called Grandma, and she told me about Dia de Muertos, which is a Mexican tradition where people in Mexico prepare food for the dead. So, she told me that in our family, there's a recipe in which we can use bananas and oatmeal.
This means that now we are going to do activity number 6, and we're becoming food innovator by transforming unwanted food into delicious treats. With these 3 unwanted food, we're going to do Grandma's recipe, which is called
Banana oatmeal pancake.
And to do that, what do we need?
A simple egg, the banana, and the oatmeal.
With the magical video, please see how we do that before we go ahead and eat it. 1 cup of oatmeal, 1 ripe banana, and an egg. Step 1, we put the oatmeal in the blender until it is very, almost like flour. Please, my friend.
So now it's almost like flour. It's ready.
So step 2, we put the rest of the ingredients in there and we blend again.
So now the pancake mix is ready. As you can see, it is here. So now we just have to put it on the sartén.
Let's do some pancakes.
So now we're gonna put some butter on the pan.
Nice, yummy.
Nice. Now we're gonna pour on some of our mix. We just expand it a bit.
Alright. So our pancakes are ready and we are ready to eat them, right?
Right.
Thank you very much for your attention. We are happy because we have done the amazing feat of combining activities from our wonderful kid, and we invite you to do the same. Thank you for listening in.
And be sure to check out CEC.org.
Bravo! Thank you very much. Very, very useful tips. Thank you, Armando. Please congratulate your little colleague on our behalf because he did a great job.
Thank you, Antonia. Thank you, everybody. As you can see, we had fun doing this, and we need to work on our presentation. But the pancakes were actually quite good, so I do recommend you trying those. And thank you for the opportunity to be with you guys.
Thank you very much. So yeah, and this is everything on our site. Thank you again for the opportunity to you and Green Teacher. And over to you and to the participants.
Yeah, just before we wrap up, I'm just going to add into the chat box the link to our feedback survey. It should only take 2 or 3 minutes to fill out, and anyone who does will be eligible for a free digital subscription to Green Teacher Magazine. As I mentioned, our latest issue just went out at the end of March, and the next one will go live at the end of June. This webinar is being recorded, and we will post the recording up on greenteacher.com tomorrow. And it will be free to view there for the next 30 days. Subscribers to Green Teacher have access to our entire archive of over 120 webinars, which are categorized so that you can find them quite easily. I would like to take any questions that there are. We still have a few minutes left before our hour is up. So if you do have questions, please add them to the chat box, and I can then read those aloud. If they're general questions, I will present them generally. If you have a specific question for a specific presenter, just let us know in the chat box. So any questions that you have got, add those now. Just a little contextual note. Some of you may be familiar with Project Drawdown. It's drawdown.org, and it's a team of researchers. The project is based out of California in the United States, and they ranked 100 solutions to the climate crisis. They're very much based on solutions-oriented thinking, and under most of their scenarios, shrinking food waste is either first or second in terms of the impact of reducing greenhouse gas emissions. So this is a really big deal. And it's just so great to see a proactive, interactive approach to something that has, we'll be honest, has a lot of negativity associated with it. I mean, it is a major problem, but the focus that CEC has done with this Shrink Food Waste project is all on the solutions that are very real. And as you can see, lots of fun. So I really applaud them for taking the solutions-based approach, which is something that you see with a lot of folks that are getting really serious about climate solutions and are seeking ways to be the most effective with implementing these solutions in an educational context. So bravo to the CEC team for this wonderful project. It's our pleasure to be giving it a platform and letting people know about it. And I hope you were able to enjoy many of these fun activities as much as our participants. So I don't see any specific questions here. Oh, yes.
Yes, this is Georgina. I just want to mention to everyone, I think Antonia mentioned in her presentation that, the action kit is available, as you could see, in French. It's also available in Spanish. And we have found out that it's a very nice tool to learn languages. You have in there kind of names of fruit and, steps in 3 different languages. So, we know teachers in other areas use this as a language teaching material. So we encourage people also to look at that diversity of kind of, expressions that we use in there. And Camila has a question for you, Ian.
How can I share this webinar with my teacher?
That's a great question. So we will be sending a follow-up email tomorrow that will include all the resources that were shared in the chat box, the feedback survey link, and the link to the video. So I will make sure that that gets sent to you and all of our participants and panelists. And yes, by all means, share with fellow educators, your own teachers. If you are a teacher, feel free to use it, share it with your colleagues. The more we spread the word, the more we can shrink food waste and reduce greenhouse gas emissions. All right, I do have a question that has popped up here. All right, so this is from Sherry Ann Harrison. First off, she says, great job, kids. I agree. So Sherry Ann says, we have started an indoor garden at my center and are learning about composting. Next week, we are starting to regrow some food scraps, and she can't wait to add all these resources and activities to the program. Such an important topic for our children to learn about. Thank you, everyone. Now the question, is there any way the badges could be available to teachers to give to their students as they achieve or complete the different activities because they do not have access to the internet?
Thank you very much for the question. I would have 2 different replies. One of them would be more a suggestion. If you would like to have more ideas about how to carry out the activity about composting with the kids, you can use the kit because there's an activity for kids for composting and activities for teenagers for composting as well. So I think it might be inspiring to some extent to you. So please have a look and use it. And regarding the badges, in fact, they are not real badges, they are digital badges. So I fully understand the constraints you are facing because not these kids may not have access to internet every day. But it's the platform. We try to do something interactive, something to encourage people to share their I would say their achievements with the kids, because being in the 3 countries and in different cities, there's no common forum to exchange. So this interactive platform is a way of exchanging experiences. So unfortunately, the only option to get these badges is to register to the platform and to share the activities. But in any case, I didn't say that. If you would like hard copies of the kit in any of the 3 languages, please let us know. Since Ian will share the PowerPoint presentation, you will have our email addresses, the 3 of us. Don't hesitate, reach out to us and we'll send you some hard copies. Thank you.
Very good. And another question, this is a great one. How can this be shared with school cafeterias?
Yeah, in fact, we had an activity at the beginning of the project with Farm Cafeteria Canada. Megan was also involved at that moment with them, very, very involved. And the thing is that we could happily share some of these hard copies with some of the schools who have these cafeterias. And also I would go a step beyond that, because as I explained about our measurement component, maybe we could also provide some tools for these cafeterias to reduce their waste as well. So there are several opportunities there, but please reach out to us, to Armando or to me, and we could further explore how to help you out. Thanks.
Another question has come in. Are there any studies on comparing the food waste in various countries? Rachel writes that she feels like this is more of an issue in developed countries versus developing, and students certainly need to be aware of this. Of course, that's a great point. So yeah, are there any resources that you would point folks to for that particular question?
Yeah, in fact, from our side, the report I mentioned, the foundational report, this is the cover. You have it in the presentation and you can find it on our website. The research was done on the 3 countries. So you can compare through the whole food supply chain, the figures. So how much food is wasted per country and the different stages and the root causes, the scope of the problem, and even solutions and options for different sectors like grocers, consumers, etc. So it's really on about North America, because the CEC, it's North America. But when it comes to other countries, for example, at the European Union level, there are several studies as well done by the European Commission and also the Ellen MacArthur Foundation. It's a major think tank, and they have amazing studies on food loss and waste, and also the World Resource Institute. So we may compile something for you, Ian, so that you can share it with the participants. So if this person wants to reach out to us directly, we can compile a list of different institutions doing this research work.
Yeah, if you can send it by, say, 2:00 p.m. tomorrow, then we can make sure it gets in the follow-up email later in the afternoon. Yeah, absolutely. Well, that brings us just past the hour, so perfect timing. So thank you, everybody, participants to begin with, for joining us. But most of all, thank you to all of our panelists from the Commission for Environmental Cooperation. They do great work. It's a pleasure partnering with them. So thank you, Antonia, Georgina, Armando, and Megan, and friends, and Avi, and all other members of the network for being here, sharing your expertise, sharing this wonderful tool, answering your questions, and spreading the good word about this very important issue that has definite, doable, and fun solutions. So thank you, everybody, and have a good night.
Thank you very much, Ian. Thank you very much, everyone.